Hello students, your instructor here again, John Mandela with another screencast, picking up where we left off. So I had created a text wrap around this picture. When I click on it, you can see that there's a little light blue line around it, but not on this side or on the top. You can see in the text wrap panel that those settings reflect that. So let's say I want to put an image caption under this picture. All it really means is a text box that's directly below the picture, and the text is often smaller. So I'm just going to create a text box. Oops, sorry about that. Create a text box. I can resize this as I go. I'm going to take this text box, and for now I'm just going to color it yellow, even though I don't want to keep it that color. And I'm just going to I'm going to snap it right to the bottom of that, and I'll make it the same size. And let's just say it's like that. Now, two things. Number one, the text wrap from here might affect this text. That should be okay. What I'm concerned about though is that this needs to have the same text wrap. So 0.8175, so I'm going to go here, click on this object, give it a text wrap, and the left wants to be the same, 0.1875, and the bottom. There we go. So now it says the same text wrap. Now I'm going to go in here with my text tool. I'm going to type in, this is my caption under my picture. Alright, well, captions are usually really small, so let's say something like 8 point. And I'm going to give it a different font. Let's say it's something like, I don't know, I'll just grab something quickly here. Let's say I'll just grab Arial right now. That's not a very sexy choice, but I'll just go with it right there for the sake of this demonstration. So as you can see here, the text wrap from the picture, this light blue line shows the text wrap, extends onto this text box. And that's fine in this case, because we don't want the text right up against that. What we do want though is for this text box, go to Object, Text Frame Options. Actually, let's get out of that. And let's get rid of the color on this box. I'm going to set the color back to none. So it's like that. Okay? And I might even have the caption in like a dark blue font or something like that. So that works for that. And I can just, let's say my caption is just one line like this. I can just bring it up like that. And you can see that the text around it adjusts accordingly. And that will be my caption under my picture. Okay? Just that simple. Now let's say I want a drop cap at the very beginning of my article. What I'm going to do is take all this text right here, and I had an indent for the first line, but I'm going to get rid of that indent. And all I have to do for drop cap and InDesign is really easy. It's really straightforward. So what I want to do, with this text selected, normally I'm on the character variables. I want to go to the paragraph formatting controls. Click on that. There's all these different things here. There's what? Left indent, first line, left indent, right indent, indent on the last line on the right. Stuff like this, space before, space after. This one right here, drop cap number of lines. So if I just set 0 by default, no drop cap. If I click it to 1, it's going to be the same thing. A drop cap that's only one line tall, it's like a regular letter. But as soon as I get to 2 or more, and let's say in this case I want it to be really big, like let's say something like 6 lines, now I have a drop cap. Look at that, isn't that nice? It makes it exactly 6 lines tall. It doesn't really matter what the size of the font is, it's the number of lines tall that's important. And in this case I have 10/14 is the body text, which is a pretty good size to start with. What's also great is because this is just a letter, I can style this whatever I want to. So let's say I don't want this font, which is Adobe Caslon Pro. Let's say I want something that's really narrow. I'll use an ugly example, but let's just say something like, I'll go to Arial. I'm going to set this to narrow. Alright, and I'll give it a color, let's say this red color here. And there we go. So that is a drop cap. Now, other things I can do, let's see, the U isn't very good. Let's go back to the A. You see how the spacing is good here, but down here maybe it's a little bit too close. All I have to do is just select this character, the drop cap, back into my character formatting controls, click on that A. I'm going to go over here to this one, which is kerning, and I can set this, not kerning, go to tracking, which is right below it, and I'm going to set this to something like 25. You can see that everything moves over, and if that's not enough I can go to something like 75. That might be too much now, but you can see that you control over the space around it just by adjusting the tracking of the drop cap. So that's all. Now you can put together your spread.